we have Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao of the DSWD. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Matters. Welcome back.
Hi, Gretchen. Good morning.
Okay, una-una ho, itong 36 billion ay where do you imagine this to go? Is it going to be determined by the President or have you made your recommendations?
Yeah, Gretchen, foremost, we would like to re-echo the statement of Secretary Rex Gatchalian that we are very thankful for the President's decision to give 36 billion pesos from the flood control projects to the DSWD as our additional budget for our social protection programs. That includes, of course, the assistance to individuals in crisis in situation and the sustainable livelihood program. Because this would mean that more Filipinos in crisis and that are in need of government assistance will be served by our social workers, and mas marami nga po tayong ma-assist na mga kababayan po natin. So on your question, yung AIX kasi and the Sustainable Livelihood Program are some of the programs na medyo nabawasan po yung pondo natin from as reflected in the 2026 National Expenditure Program. If you could recall, around 44 billion pesos yung pong budget namin for assistance to individuals in crisis situation this year. But doon sa NEP for 2026, naging 27 billion pesos na lang po ito. That's why during the budget deliberation of the DSWD's proposed 2026 budget, Secretary Rex Gatchalian mentioned that we would welcome, of course, any addition to our budget because mas marami pa po tayong mga kababayan na nakakaranas nga po ng crisis who may be assisted if additional funding will be given to the department. Likewise, yung Sustainable Livelihood Program kasi, that has been identified as one of the aftercare services for 4Ps beneficiaries who will be exiting from the program. If you could recall also, by 2026, more than 1.6 million 4Ps households will be exiting from the program as a result of the 7-year program participation na nakalagay doon sa 4Ps law. So we wanted to make sure that we would be able to provide livelihood activities for them to ensure na masustain yung investments natin sa kanila and matiyak na hindi na uli sila babalik doon sa poverty trap.
Okay, bukod po dun sa nabanggit po ninyo, meron din nabanggit yung Pangulo na magbibigay din daw po sa payapa at masaganang pamayanan or pamana program, pati na rin sa 4Ps that suffered a budget cut of 50 billion. Yun din po ba? Or ito ng AIX at SLP yung mabibigyan?
Well, that's correct, Gretchen. Mentioned din ni President that additional funds will also be given to strengthen the implementation of the Payapa at Masaganang Pamayanan Program or PAMANA. Ito kasing PAMANA natin, it provides interventions to integrate yung mga former combatants from the New People's Army, from the MNLF, the MILF, into our society through infrastructure programs, livelihood, health, and educational programs doon sa mga conflict-affected communities natin. So, most of our sub-projects or projects kasi sa mga pamana-led are, aside from their housing, of course, yung din sa sustainable livelihood intervention. So, po pwede rin na makuha natin from this additional funding na 36 billion. And yes, for the 4Ps beneficiaries, as I've earlier mentioned, it could be included in the aftercare services for those who will be forced to exit by next year.
Oo, so magkano po ang ilalagay po dito sa mga programs na nabanggit po natin?
Well, hindi pa natin na-determine exactly Ms. Gretchen kung papaano yung breakdown nung 36 billion pesos, but definitely it will be these programs that we've mentioned will be prioritized na magkaroon ng allocation.
Oo. And yung AIC, sabi po kasi ni Senator Gatchalian, or Secretary Gatchalian rather, that yung AKAP at yung AIX ay natanggal ng DBM dito sa 2026 budget. So, hindi siya natanggal completely yung sa AIX, meron pa rin siyang pondo?
Yung assistance to individuals in crisis situation, based on our 2026 NEP, meron po iyang 27 billion pesos.
Meron. Oo, hindi siya completely
Pa,
natural. Pero yung AKAP po,
na-reduce lang siya because for,
oo.
as I've mentioned, no, for 2025 kasi nasa around 44 billion pesos yung funding namin for that. But for the 2026 NEP, na-reduce siya to 27 billion. Yung ayuda para sa Kapusan Kita program, yun po yung wala ng funding for 2020.
Okay. Okay. And then, yung tupad, ano po ang pagkakaibahan ng tupad dito nga po sa SLP? Kasi pareho silang livelihood, hindi po ba?
Well, yung tupad naman po, that's a program of the Department of Labor and Employment. Yung SLP naman po
okay.
is
Alright.
the DSWD, where we provide capacity building activities to capacitate yung mga mahirap nating mga kababayan para magkaroon sila ng mga either thriving livelihoods or matulungan naman sila for employment facilitation.
Can you give us an estimate of how many additional families that this injection of the budget of 36 billion will benefit? Meron na po ba kayang tala?
Well, kasi kung tinitingnan natin yung targets natin, right now I cannot provide you how many families and individuals in who are experiencing crisis may be assisted by the 36 billion pesos.
Kasi ito po ay depende lang, no? So application.
Yes.
Oo.
That's
Okay.
correct. Kasi
I guess
depende yan doon sa inilalapit na tulong sa DSWD.
That is
But
one of
definitely-
the major concerns of this flood control budget being reallocated to the DSWD is that it is also patronage laden. And yun nga, parang hindi siya katulad na 4Ps na very organized, na meron ka ng list of beneficiaries. Pero dito po sa mga ayuda programs, madalas nanggagaling po ito sa mga endorsement ng mga politiko. So, what are you doing from your end to make sure there are safeguards na hindi po ito mapoliticize yung pondo po ng DSWD?
Well, Gretchen, definitely our assistance to individuals in crisis situation is insulated from any political interferences. Whether walk-in ka man o na-refer ka man, sasailalim ka sa proseso ng AICS na kung saan dapat ma-assess ka ng social workers because it is the social worker who will assess if you are eligible to receive aid from the government. Meron tayong mga documentary requirements na hinihingi. Halimbawa, you come to the department to seek for hospital confinement assistance. Medyo malaki na yung expenses nyo sa ospital. So, kinakailangan mag-present ka ng hospital bill or ng promissory note kung na-discharge na po yung pasyente. And of course, yung medical abstract or medical certificate. Mahalaga po kasi iyon na masubmit sa aming po mga social workers. And second, sasailalim rin po sila sa interview ng ating pong mga social workers. Ina-assess po sila to make sure that they are really eligible to receive assistance or aid from the government. There are safeguards also in ensuring that ma-insulate yung program mula sa anumang anyo ng political influences. Isa nga dyan nga, meron tayong we have in place a grievance redress mechanism na kung saan kapag may mga reklamo hinggil sa implementasyon ng programa ay agad po na i-investigate yan ng DSWD and kung magkaroon man po ng proof na ginagamit yung programa to advance the personal interest of some, DSWD na po mismo ang mag-i-initiate na mag-file ng appropriate charges. And we've done that in the past, Gretchen, na meron na nga pong mga charges na na-file against individuals na sabi nga nila ay binawasan yung tulong na ipahatid doon sa mga clients natin.
I guess hindi lang din po yung yung dagdag bawas po ang nagiging problema, but also yung mga politiko pag nagpapamigay po ng ayuda, nandun po sila. Katulad na lamang po ni Senator Amy Marcos back during the campaign period and in 2023, she led the distribution of AICS. At minsan hindi na kailangan na yung kumbaga yung mag-side by side lang ba itong tulong na ito at yung politiko at sinabing kumbaga i-endorse kita. Hindi ba yung parang yun na yung napopoliticize po yung pagbibigay ng ayuda? Kayo po ba ay pumapayag sa ganun? I mean, paano po yung distribution process po ninyo?
Well, again, Gretchen, ulitin ko po, no? Doon sa assistance to individuals in crisis situation, sumasailalim po yan doon sa assessment ng ating pong mga social workers. Meron pong mga guidelines tayo na sinusunod pertaining to pag-determine sa eligibility ng ating pong mga clients or ng mga beneficiaries. Pangalawa, there's this assessment nga of our social workers na hindi talaga dapat ma-forgo. Yun yung pinaka-importante because there's this intake sheet na ginagamit po ng mga social workers as part of the assessment process. And then, of course, may mga instances na meron po tayo mga partners na bumibisita po during mga payout activities. But you know what, meron po tayo mga linabas na guidelines na sinabi po natin na hindi po dapat magpunta yung pong mga political candidates doon sa mga payout sites natin, and dapat hindi nga po gamitin yung pong mga payout venues natin to advance their political...
Candidates lang ho, how about sitting officials? Because tapos na po yung campaign period eh.
Well, yun dun sa mga incumbent officials po natin, of course, we continue to maintain yung pong relationship natin sa kanila because we're very grateful that they provide us with payout venues. They help us also by sending additional manpower. But hanggang ganun na lang po, no, as tinutulungan lang po tayo na maging maayos, maging orderly and safe yung po mga isinasagawa natin ng payout activities.
Pero tumatanggap pa rin po kayo ng referral at saka endorsement letter from our politicians?
Like what we always say, Gretchen, walk-in ka man o may referral ka, you go through the same process. I-assess ka pa rin po ng aming pong social workers. Hindi po nangangahulugan. It's not automatic that when you have a referral letter from your local officials, makakatanggap ka na agad ng tulong. That's not the process. You still have to undergo the validation, the vetting process, and the assessment of our social workers.
And speaking of in crisis, what would the definition of being in crisis mean? Kasi marami po tayong mga kababayan na nangangailangan din ng tulong at nabanggit mo kanina yung medical assistance. Ano? So para sa mga manonood, if they want to avail of this, ano po yung definition po no, in crisis? Ano pong gagawin po nila?
To simplify, Gretchen, kapag ang isang pamilya, even if they have resources, kapag po nagkasakit ang isang miyembro ng kanila pong pamilya, matagal na ospital, hindi po ba kahit po may mga savings kayo, na-exhaust po yung inyo pong ipon dahil kinakailangan yung sagutin o i-address yung mga medical requirements. So, ganun din po sa mga individual na talagang walang-wala po, walang mapagkukunan. Kaya po ang sabi natin doon, they are in crisis because these are adverse shocks that affect their well-being. So, for families na nakakaranas po ng ganito, tinutulungan po natin sila by helping them pay yung kanila pong mga hospital expenses. So ang ginagawa po nila, pumupunta po sa DSWD, nagdadala po sila ng medical certificate or medical abstract, and then yung outstanding bill po nila sa ospital. And then, ini-interview rin po yan ng ating po mga social workers. Tinatanong po ng ating mga social workers kung ano po ba yung resources ng family. May mga support services po sila, may mga external resources po ba sila, may miyembro ng pamilya na nagtatrabaho, ilan ang miyembro ng pamilya, magkano ang expenses po nila sa araw-araw. Because, that's part of the intake now of our social workers in determining kung eligible ang isang pamilya by ascertaining if indeed in crisis po yung pamilya. So, ganun po yung proseso natin in determining if in crisis situation yung isang. Another thing, just to again simplify things, ang miyembro ng pamilya may namatay, and yung possible na yung namatay ay breadwinner po nila. So in crisis po sila kasi nawalan po sila ng mga support services. Essential po iyan sa isang pamilya. So pupunta po sila sa DSWD, hihingi ng tulong for burial services and other interventions. Take note that assistance to individuals in crisis situation is not purely material. Meron din tayong non-material assistance, kagaya nga po ng mga psychosocial interventions, counseling, referral, and other support services.
And yung amount po, pag sa medical bill, I mean, meron po kayong percentage na nakaset po dyan?
Meron po tayong guidelines, nakalagay po yung minimum and maximum. But then again, it's subject to the assessment of our
Okay.
social workers. And there are two modalities in the provision of assistance to individuals in crisis situation. It could be in the form of cash or in the form of guarantee letter. For cash po yan, outright cash po yan kapag less than 10,000 pesos yung pong assistance na hinihingi. But halimbawa, for hospital bills na umaabot ng mahigit 100,000, 150,000, we issue a guarantee letter. Kaya
Okay.
meron pong partnership ang DSWD with service providers like hospitals
Okay.
para diretso na po na makipag-usap si DSWD doon sa service provider at kami na po yung magbabayad doon sa hospital bill nung pong mga clients na lumalapit sa DSWD.
Alright, sana marami pa pong matulungan ng DSWD, especially with this budget reallocated to these programs. Maraming salamat for joining us today and answering some of our questions. We have Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao of the Social Welfare Department.
Thank you, Gretchen. Good morning.